5 Live Zone on a Feel Good Friday. Got a question for you. What if there happened to be a program in place that allows all D.C. government employees to have leave so that they can mentor every young person in Washington, D.C.? Think about it. Sounds like a great program to me. It's entitled the Youth Mentorship Bill, and it's a professional mentoring program for kids who have experienced trauma. That bill spearheaded by this guy. I'm referring to at-large Councilmember Robert White back here on the Fox 5 Live Zone. Happy Friday, sir. Good to see you.
Thanks, Guy. Glad to be with you. And this is a feel-good story.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. Can you talk about the history, how this all came to be?
Yeah, so I was getting a lot of concern around the city about juvenile violence. And I said, you know, the best way to figure out how to solve the problem is to talk to the people that a lot of folks are talking about. And when I talked to young people for months all across the city, a couple things kept becoming clear. But one in particular was that young people kept saying, we need more guidance. And like, when I was that age, I wasn't asking for guidance. I thought I knew everything. But when young people say they need guidance, you got to listen. And while creating a mentorship program and forcing like private businesses to participate is a heavy lift, DC government has about 34,000 employees, professionals. And I said, look, if we give them 1 hour of leave a week to mentor or tutor a student in DC, then we have a whole army of mentors ready for young people across this city. And then we would have a separate program of professional mentors for our young people who have faced particularly difficult challenges.
Yeah, gosh, how cool is this? Councilmember White, I'm thinking back to Marion Barry, and I'm thinking back to the summer job program that he put together that still, to this day, everyone ramps and raves about. Do you think that this could follow in the footsteps of that?
I think it could. And look, I would not compare myself to Marion Barry. That is a great man with an incredible legacy. But I'm smart enough to learn from smart people. And I picture young people in our city saying, I got my first mentor from DC government, and that mentor changed my life and changed my trajectory. All of us, any age, need mentors, need people to help guide us through. But especially these young people who have lived their youth through COVID, who are facing challenges that we've never faced, and are saying they need help and guidance. And all these professional folks in DC government, we just got to connect the dots. And I think if we do, the private sector, nonprofits, churches are going to plug in, and this thing gets even bigger. But I think this could be a game changer for success for our young people and reducing violence in our city.
Yeah, Councilmember White, I'm thinking back to when I happened to be a teen, and I always wanted to do this, and lo and behold, I'm doing it now. But I didn't do it by myself. I got an internship, and then there happened to be folks there that would really help me out. It made it tangible for me. Yet again, this is making it tangible for so many kids that perhaps want to venture into whatever field they want to venture into.
That's right. I was lucky enough. I didn't have college graduates. I didn't have elected officials in my family, but I grew up in a church here in D.C., St. Augustine's Church. And that church was rich with people of all experiences. You know, politicians. Marion Barry used to come to our church. Jan Williams used to come to our church. Federal and local agency leaders. And that is community. And connecting with people who have access or know other people is a game changer. So mentoring is one of the most important things that I do. I try to be the mentor for young people that I didn't have. But I see how much that helps them, how much mentors have helped me. And I want to make this available to all of our young people because, again, I think this can be a game changer for their trajectories and expand their horizons and access.
Yeah, I see a lot of cities following suit. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. You're also about accountability as well. And that's what I really like about this. You know, you're not just saying, hey, let's do it, and if it doesn't work, we don't know. In this case, you're saying we're going to make sure it works, and you're going to have to show us the numbers.
That's right. I think this is an important thing for government to evolve to. Don't just throw out a good idea and hope that it works. Know if it works. So what we're going to do in here is measure the success of the program by comparing the attendance records of our students before and post mentorship, graduation rates, and frankly, the number of young people who stay in the program. That lets us know if it's working. And of course, we'll watch our crime numbers as well. And I think they'll go down because we're going to give young people more hope, more opportunity, and more access. And frankly, I heard a quote in one of my hearings on this bill, and somebody said, really smart brother said, behavior is communication. And when we look at the way young people are behaving in a way that we don't like, they are communicating a need. And we, as the adults, as the mature folks, have to be grown enough to understand that communication and do something about it.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, you're sold on this. I'm sold on this. I'm curious, your colleagues, folks around you, what are they saying about this?
My colleagues on the council are excited about it. We had a lot of co-sponsors, a lot of co-introducers. We got some reticence from the mayor's team, but I think they'll get on board. And again, as we start this and show our work, I think we'll see businesses and other folks, nonprofits, churches, wanting to say, how can we be a part of this? How can we plug in? If we create the thing that they can plug into, then we've created something great. But we get to start with about 34,000 professionals,
wow.
And that's a really good start.
Yeah, this is once again so awesome, entitled the Youth Mentorship Bill. Before I let you go, you're working on anything we need to know about?
Lots of stuff. The big thing right now is we are in a housing crisis. We've been in a crisis for a long time, but what people don't realize yet that we'll continue to see is affordable housing and every other housing is not being built. That means that housing is going to get more expensive. So as chair of the Housing Committee, I've recognized we have to do something. I'm going to spend the next couple of months talking to a lot of people smarter than me about what are the best ideas locally and nationally. I'm going to pull something together and move it at the beginning of next year because, look, everyday people and folks like my family need to be able to afford to live in this city. I've seen most of my family priced out. I don't want to see another cycle of that, so I'm working to do something about it.
Awesome. I think you forgot one thing, and that is this right here. You happen to be acknowledged for Best Kids DC, sir. Tell me all about it.
It was unexpected. The Best Kids DC is a program for, and it has mentors for young people that are in the foster care system. And these are young folks that, have faced some traumas or are dealing with this sense of abandonment. And this organization is one that I just have loved so much ever since I found out about them after I got elected. And like little things I can do to support them, I do it. I never knew that they even noticed, and they surprised me with this award. So shout out to Best Kids, all the professionals and volunteers that work for that organization, and all the young people that are plugging in. Know how humbled I was to receive that recognition.
Good stuff, sir. Always giving back in a major way. Once again, at-large council member Robert White joining us right here on the Live Zone. Make it a great weekend, sir.
I will. You do the same.
All right, guys. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.